Alright, what is up everybody, Dragon Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Super Mario Bros. For the NES. In the last episode, we ended up running through Worlds 3 and 4, and ended up talking about the two potential names as to where the Koopa's name had come from. In this episode, we're going to make it through Worlds 5 and 6, and talk about some more interesting trivia about this game. So let's get started. Gonna run past you guys and just pretend you guys don't exist. Alright. Gonna jump up here. Guess he's not gonna come out yet. Watch out for that guy. And yeah. Sorry for a little bit of the delay on this video. It's just these next two worlds have been giving me a lot of trouble. I think it's really just because of my recording schedule and my schedule in general right now. It's where I'm a little bit more tired when I'm recording, which just kind of ends up in my video, and it's just, I don't want to post a video for you guys when I'm not feeling well, because I feel like that reflects on the video, and if it reflects on the video and I'm not having a good time, then I imagine you guys aren't going to be having a good time. Just, yeah. That all being said, about I don't know how I managed to avoid that, but sure, I'll take it. And how just things have been going recently. Oh boy, this is bad, but I managed to still escape that. Ah yes, the infamous Hammer Bros. Yeah, I figured I was not getting past that guy. Alright, let's jump over these guys. Over here. Hammer Bros are just so annoying in this game. Like, they just really are. I hate the Hammer Bros, where they are designed in a way that if you don't, like, their hammers are thrown in an arc, so with the awkward way they throw them, they're bound to probably hit you, and in the sense that like, if you actually don't end up defeating them, like, within 100 seconds, you just stand still for 30 seconds, they'll end up just, not 30 seconds, it's 100 seconds, where they will end up just charging at you, which is kind of rough. Alright, being very careful about my jumps here, and making it to 5-3. And I have definitely noticed a increase in the difficulty here. I know this isn't the hardest Mario game by any means, but I do notice that World 5 and World 6 are starting to get pretty tricky, or at least giving me a hard time, which that's the, I guess, fun, but also tricky thing about the classic NES games is how, oh boy, I don't know how that missed my hitbox, but I'm not gonna complain about it. But as how the old NES games, while they're shorter than the games we have now, I also feel like, in a lot of ways, they're a lot harder than the games we get today. Maybe not for every game, but a lot of the games that we do have today, I feel like aren't as hard as the games we have now. Maybe that's just because of design, or just because of the limitations of things back then. I'm not really sure, and you're free to disagree with me on this, but I've had this debate and conversation before, where I feel like just, again, that just, like, games today are, yes, longer, but I feel like they're not as hard as a lot of the games in the classic NES, Super NES, and those kinds of days of gaming. Oh, I lost my freaking flower. Oh god. Okay. I was not careful there. I will meet you guys back in a minute by the castle, and I'll continue what I was saying. Oof, almost lost my fireball there. But now that we're back to where we were, god dang, I just had it to... Ooh, okay. Goodness gracious. Scaring the crap out of me here. But yeah, I was just kind of just elaborating on the fact that I feel like yes! Okay. Holy shit. I honestly just kind of ran through that, and it took me some trial and error, and of course I'm gonna be stuck on one life for a little while. But I don't care. Holy shit. I honestly can't believe I got through that, because that was rough, guys. I'm sorry. Just but I am very much happy to be done with that. Gotta be careful for this Lakitu. Oh god. Okay. But yeah, he's just okay. Jump into the sky, and now he got me there. But I'm perfectly fine if I even die here, because at least I'll be at World 6, where hey, I might actually get to see some different scenery and everything. Cause holy god, that was a wreck. World 5 was rough for me, but we managed to make it through, and we're moving on through World 6. Now, as for the things I wanted to talk about before, did you actually know that the original Mario theme, of all things, has lyrics? I honestly didn't know for quite a while until I actually looked into it, and yeah, the original NES Mario theme here has lyrics, and they're kind of interesting. They're by no means a jump-up superstar from Mario Odyssey by any means, but I still think they're worth a listen if you got the time, just to see how different the music is from then to like now, because holy crap, it's a night and day difference, but for its time even still. I feel like I say that a lot when it comes to this game, but it really is just, this game is a technical marvel of its time. And it also shows even within the, as aforementioned, box art that I wanted to talk about, where even the box art for both the Japanese version and the American version that we got is quite interesting, to say the least, because with that whole thing, can I get a mushroom anywhere, please? Please give me a mushroom anywhere. And these levels are getting a bit long now. But anyway, it's just I'll show up the contrast with the Japanese version of this game. It has a gray Bowser, but it kind of looks at least somewhat akin to what this game actually entails. But I think it is more like, oh wow, everything's white now. Mystique. It's all snowy over here. But yes, the Japanese version has like a gray kind of looking Bowser, but it still kind of resembles the game that we got, whereas the American version of the box art, I just died. But I'll finish my thought here, and then I'll meet you guys back by 6-3, where the American box art ends up depicting what is basically Mario's death, where he's falling into a lava pit at Bowser's castle, shooting a fireball, which is really interesting. But anyway, I'll meet you guys back by oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I have my nifty little trick. I'll meet you guys back by 6-3. 1 day later. I'm really sorry, guys. It's just like, again, with the upload schedule of this game, and just like how this game's just been giving me a little bit of trouble to upload. But we're here, and hopefully we'll be able to make it a bit farther. I have already kind of talked about some other stuff going on, and how just yeah. Well, pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this episode, so hopefully we can just finish this world off nice and smoothly, and not have any other problems. But that is yet to be seen, and holy crap, that went pretty freaking smoothly, I'm not gonna lie, holy shit. Now we're at the castle with 1 life left. Good God, I know my track record with this, but let's give it a go, shall we? Because I do not have a good track record of being able to keep my flower, or just when I'm on the 1 life, even just making it through these gosh dang castles, but we can be optimistic about it, hopefully. Ow. Oh, there goes my flower, as I said. Going to be patient. I am not going to rush myself. It's as I say that, I rush myself. So I'll see you guys here back by the castle here in a moment. Holy shit, guys. I've made it pretty far. Now hopefully I can show this little Easter egg here if I am lucky enough, if I can. Oh god. For some reason it's glitching out, but yes, that is him showing up as a blooper. He was disguised as a blooper and not the actual Bowser. I'm actually really happy that I was able to show that, and that it was able to let me do that, but damn, it was a grind to get here, and it's been tough making it here. But that is where we're gonna call this episode here. So yeah, I'll admit I'm not really the greatest at these kinds of games, and I've definitely been making it a little bit harder for myself, considering I haven't been using a lot of the cheats and warp pipes and everything, but it seems like you guys are definitely enjoying these episodes, so I very much appreciate it, and this has definitely made me a little bit better at classic games, so expect some more classic games. I say it's like that's gonna be the end of this game, but no, we have to make it through World 7 and 8, and then show all the like warp pipes and like secrets and all that kind of fun stuff, and then that'll be pretty much the end. Looking forward, I don't think I'm gonna start any new classic games because I'm getting close to Skyward Sword, the end of Skyward Sword, and that will be pretty much the end because I've been playing this and Skyward Sword on my Switch 1, and pretty much everything after that will be transferred over my Switch 2, so everything after this and Skyward Sword HD will be on my, after these 2 games, everything else will be on my Switch 2. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the stuff that I did in this video to kind of just talk about as much as I can. There's probably a lot more that I could have talked about, but World 7 and 8 here going forward are going to be pretty much just on my nostalgia about playing this with my dad, who like introduced me to this game, and how he's a lot better at this than I am, but that's for the next episode. That all being said, thank you for listening to my little TED Talk, almost, in a sense, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Dragon Gamer, out.